home of the first Black-owned yoga studio in Arkansas. That's right, Nicole. This segment is sponsored by Black-owned NWA. Dr. Nicole Calhoun here to tell us more about ELXR Yoga Lounge, or EYL. I've heard you call it a few times. Is
Yes.
that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, give us a preview. What do you do there at ELXR?
So EYL is a traditional yoga studio. We focus on power yoga, which is yoga that's really going to get your heart rate up, help you build strength in the core, the shoulders, and in the legs.
Okay.
And we developed it just to create a more modern yoga experience, one that doesn't scare people away because of esoteric things within yoga. So we focus on playing like hip hop and deep house music, candlelit classes, and just a really welcoming environment so that everybody can feel like they belong.
Sure.
I love that.
Yes. One of the things that always turns me away from yoga is I feel like I don't know enough about it and I'm going to look foolish.
Right.
Right? Do you find that a lot in your clients?
I hear people say that all the time, which is why we keep it candlelit.
Yeah.
The lights are really, really dim, and it creates a moody environment too.
Yeah.
It creates an environment where you can just feel you have the freedom to be yourself and to move how you want to move without judgment.
Sure, that's great. Do you offer specific types of classes?
Yes.
Okay.
So our hallmark class is the power yoga class, which I mentioned, that builds strength in the shoulders, the core, and the legs, and also gives you a really good cardio burn. We have a class also called Deep Stretch, which is the opposite of that. It's a more relaxing class where you're basically on the ground, really getting rid of the tension of the day. And then we have a class called Strong and Aligned, which really focuses on your alignment. Am I doing these poses right, and am I getting the most benefit from them?
Okay, that's great. Now, I see you brought some of your team here as
Yes.
well. We're going to demonstrate some things for us.
Yes.
Is that right, Nicole?
Yes. So we're going to show you some of the hallmark moves that you'll see in a power class at
Great.
ELXR Yoga Lounge. So the first one is she's going to show you is really good for the core, specifically the obliques. So she's
Okay.
going to go to a 3-leg dog, and then she's going to take her elbow and tap to her knee. And then she's going to shift to the other elbow, and then back to the first elbow, and then back to the 3-leg dog. And that's really going to give your obliques a really good workout to give you that nice slim waist. The second one that she's going to show you, since she's already there, is something really good for the shoulders. So she's going to go to a high plank posture, which is one of the most amazing poses in all of yoga, by the way. And so from the high plank, she's going to go to a side plank pose, which is going to strengthen your shoulders individually, which is really, really good.
Ooh.
From the side plank, she's going to go back to the high plank, and she's going to take an honest push-up.
Okay.
So she's going to bend her elbows and then press back up into that push-up. That's really going to help fire up the shoulders in a good way. And then she's going to come to a standing pose, and she's going to show us a transition that's really good for your glutes, which everybody wants, and your quads. So she's going to show us the high march to... So she's going to come through a high lunge pose, and then come to a high marcher pose. And this is also really good for the core. From the high marcher pose, she's going to go to a curtsy squat, which is really going to help target the glutes in a meaningful way. And then she's going to go to a fire hydrant pose, which is also going to challenge your balance, which everybody needs a good balance challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so see, these are some of the poses that you're going to see in every power class.
So graceful,
Yeah,
too.
that's great. Yeah, absolutely.
And then Jess is going to show us the next thing, which is a handstand hop.
Okay, great. Yeah. I think we have time to see one more. Can you show us, Jess?
So handstand hops are really big at EYL, and it's
Sure.
never about nailing a handstand. So who cares if you can do a handstand?
Right.
But hopping is a really good way to strengthen the core, the shoulders, and the legs every single time you hop. And so new people are really kind of shook by this, but it's a really, really good exercise to do. Yeah.
No, I love it. And I love that the pressure's off for you not to be able to do a handstand.
Yes,
You just
it's
have
not
to
about that at all.
Just doing the hop.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's great. Nicole, team, thank you for joining us. I feel a little bit guilty that we just watched you do that, but I think Betsy's going to put me to the test in a minute because we have Wellness Wednesday coming up in just a moment. You can check out ELXR Yoga Lounge at the Black-owned Business Expo. It's happening this weekend. Again, thank you. You see the details of it right there on your screen. Thanks, Nicole and team from ELXR for being here. We appreciate
Thank you.
Yes. Stay with